What's going on, guys? FlameHorizon here, coming at you with something a bit different. It's going to be a little bit more laid back. I'm just going to be talking and explaining why I like these, explaining what's different about them, but there's new Alolan forms for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now this is going to be a little bit more discussion, a little bit more me thinking, but every time with OBS, because my computer is kind of garbage, I need a new computer sometime soon, but every time I tried to go to a new page, OBS would crash. So we're just going to have to stick with what we got here, but unfortunately, that's the case. But I still can explain what's different about them on my own, from my own memory. Now, Alolan Exeggutor is said to have grown that high from all the sunshine and everything, which makes sense, because it's a palm tree, and palm trees grow really, really tall in Hawaii, which is what Alola is based off of. And as you can see right on his tail, which my mouse isn't showing up, but right on the tail of Exeggutor is another head. So he has a fourth head that is able to control the tail on its own to help fight off enemies from the rear. Now, it's a little bit more different because it has a really, really long neck, but it's going to be really fun to see how this is used in the game. It is changed typing. It's no longer Grass Psychic, it is a Grass Dragon type. I don't know what about that says dragon, but it is, what was I going to say, 4 times weak to ice, and it's going to be, hugely threatened by Weavile and Mamoswine and Pokemon that are ice types, basically, like the other 4 right here. But it's going to be definitely a new addition to the game, and maybe they're taking out Mega Evolution because they're just giving Pokemon new forms instead of Mega Evolving them like they should. But I like the addition of new forms because it gives Pokemon that, we've seen for a long time new forms. It gives Pokemon that we've seen since we were children to be totally different and be totally, not what we know them as. So right here we have Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. As I said, they are both ice types, but Alolan Ninetales is Ice Fairy and has the best design for a Pokemon I've seen in a long time. I love the way Alolan Ninetales looks. I love everything about Alolan Ninetales, the way it looks. Its typing is basically a dragon counter. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see. It's going to be a lot of fun to use. I can't wait. But the one thing I have to point out, because I don't think anybody else has pointed it out, how does Vulpix evolve now? Because normally it evolves with the Firestone, right? But it's no longer a fire type, so Firestone wouldn't make sense. Do you think they're going to change it to like a shiny stone for Alolan Vulpix? Or are they going to make it a Dawn Stone? How is Alolan Vulpix going to evolve Pokemon in Gamefreak? Can you please tell me how? I would really like to know, so that way I'm not just shot in the dark. And the last ones down here are Sandshrew and Sandslash, which are both Ice Steel types. And Ice Steel, of course, is quad weak to fire and quad weak to ground fighting, which are 2 very big types in the competitive scene. But they do resist 8 types, which is, I'm burping. I always burp when I record. It's mind-boggling. It resists 8 of the 18 types. Is neutral, or it takes neutral damage from a few, but is quad super effective to a few as well. I'm excited to see how these new forms will go into the game, but they also include stat changes. Alolan Sandshrew and Alolan Sandslash are said to be a lot slower, but can hit a lot harder. Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales, I think, are faster than normal, which will be fun to use. And I don't know about Alolan Exeggutor. It's just kind of weird looking, and I laughed when I first saw it. But that is the new forms. I'm gonna take a quick cut right here, and then I'm gonna get right into some of the other new footage, some of the other new stuff that are in the games. I'm gonna take a quick cut right now. As you can see, they're introducing a new concept called Z moves. Now, what these are they are very, very, very powerful moves that any Pokemon can use, even Magikarp if it wanted to, and the result is an explosive force. All Pokemon can use them to perform mightily in battle. You need the Z-Ring, which fits on the trainer's arm, and Z-Crystals set into it. If a Pokemon holds the same variety of Z-Crystal, the 2 will be able to resonate with one another, and crystals that correspond to each Pokemon type have to be found in the Alola region. Now, of course, they're not going to be found anywhere else. There are 2 conditions for performing Z moves. A Pokemon must learn a move of the same type as the Z Crystal, and must be holding the same corresponding Z Crystal. All I'm getting from that is saying that you're telling me that every Pokemon can learn the poison one because of Toxic, and that fairies are now nerfed. So, that'll be fun. But then it's also like, the water one can be learned by... Oh, where was I going with this? Oh, the water one can basically be learned by everyone too because of Rain Dance. The fire one with Sunny Day. Like, this is going to be insane that almost like every Pokemon can learn these and whatnot. It's going to be awesome. It's going to change the meta. I would go in to show you some of the pictures of them, but I will leave a link to the website here down below so you can go in and look at these as well. Just so you can get like a better view since OBS keeps crashing for me whenever I try to load something new. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry for that. But there's Gigavolt Havoc, Bloom Doom, Inferno Overdrive, I think, and I forget the water one off the top of my head. But yep, this will be linked down below if you want to go in and look at all of the stuff that have been released for Pokemon Sun and Moon. This will be linked down below, and it should be really good for your viewing pleasure. Also, they're making a real-life Z-Ring? Experience Z-Ring for real on your own arm. Tomy International will be releasing a Z-Ring item for sale, timed to match up with the launch of Pokemon Sun and Moon. When a player uses a Z-move in Pokemon Sun and Moon, his or her real-life Z-Ring will light up, vibrate, and play sounds to go along with it. That's insane! How are they going to do this? How are they going to link them together? That's insane. Oh my goodness. That's going to be... It's a toy. It's probably not going to fit on my big old wrist right here. But, like, look at that. My wrist is huge. But, like, that's awesome. How are they going to do that? I can't wait to see this pulled off. But I thank you guys for, watching my little discussion video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Maybe I'll keep doing discussions about things that you guys want to see. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, and go follow my Twitter. I'm always glad to have Twitter followers because they're always going to be updated whenever something happens in my life, whenever I can't record a day or can't upload a day, or whenever an upload just comes out and you want to be one of the first to see it. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you take care.